Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna log on to YouTube on my phone. Super fingerprint. I wanna see if this works. So we're gonna go here. You are. It's time to die, Father. No, don't kill me, please.
Mortality is the curse of the weak. The fire that incinerates the flesh. I strive to snuff that flame. Call me a monster. But I am simply a man who will escape from incineration and embrace the infinite.
Okay, so it's in like a weird window for you. Oh. Okay, so it's in like a weird window. Okay, I can hear my voice. I was worried. So, borderless apply. Okay, so that should work. I just gotta wait for an update on my phone. I don't like the sound of my own voice. Oh, hey, I don't want to turn that off. Okay, it worked. So we good. Okay, back, play. Destroy a toy. There's not voice chat in this, sadly. I'm queued for Survivor. Everybody else queued for the reason why I'm queued for Survivor is because I want to play as a Survivor. Because I've never seen this subjective gun now. There's a new update. I played one round earlier of an old map. Just so I could get the feel of the controls again. I need to turn some settings down. Shadow quality, reflection quality. I'm just gonna turn it. Because don't need to select some silver gun. It's like, thank you for the easy decision. We didn't know what we were gonna do, who we were gonna do, but for you, you know, you want to be. And you can do that with me. Okay, so let's show the play. If you can tell, I use my roller ability. I'm not even sure if people will actually watch streamers play this, but I felt like streaming. I might check the comments of my last stream, of this stream, later on today. The health bar looks more polished. I kind of want to do that. No auto revive, but I can't revive them if they're in Huggy Wuggy's hand. Oh no, they're in the feeding pit. That is terrible. That's the worst situation you could possibly be in. Okay, someone got them. Good, good, good. go? Always remain hungry. This is really laggy. Not even the loading screen can properly load. Really fast. Okay. Settings. Everything on high. That's good. I didn't really get to enjoy being the spider. Hello? This is a new one, so that's not good. Yeah, you can't do anything about it right now. That is pretty good. Auto revive. If he auto revive. Nah, you can't get me. Hi. He can one-shot me? Since when was he able to do that? What did I do? Is X the emote screen? I know who was doing that. because I was scared. Show's faster. I need to get some more first. I vented. But I'm not the imposter, I'm the engineer. This Huggy Wuggy isn't the best. Please not the pit again. Please not the pit again. No, not the pit again. Oh, there I go. If I get put in the pit one more time after this, if I get out, that is, then I am dead. Straight. No, stop it! Stop it! Stop it! I can't get in! Yep, I'm dead. Jump scare warning. Yeah, as soon as you land, it's just like, oh yeah, you've been here too many times. Die. Was he stuck up there when he got killed? Is it always me? Why am I always the first to go? This one's a Huggy Wuggy as well because it's a Huggy Wuggy head. Huggy Wuggy's too big to get up there. So if you're dying to Huggy Wuggy, just climb on to this and you'll be safe. It's 100% off. It says 100% off, meaning it's zero, but it still costs money, in-game money. What? I think the shop's broken. Yes! Oh, I never brought it back. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, I use my left hand a lot more than my right hand in the game. But in real life, I'm right-handed. So technically, in the game, I'm left-handed. Death by Woogie. Down by Huggy. Attack accuracy 8.2%. Billy Willie train? Survivor tutorial is actually pretty funny.
Hi there. My name is not Leif Pierre. I am his assistant. My boss is on vacation.
Oh,
and welcome to
that's
your
okay.
job as a resource extraction specialist. First, let's start by reiterating something very important you probably didn't read from that lengthy contract you probably don't remember signing. Everything you experience here, strictly privileged. Meaning you blab about any of this, including this brand new state-of-the-art training facility, and you're canned, to say the least. Just in front of you now is the toy machine. This neat gizmo will take in toy parts, put them together, and ship them off to a secure location. But in order for all that to happen, somebody's got to find the toy parts. And that, my eager and contractually obligated friend, is where you come in. The toy parts you need are in these little towers called puzzle pillars. 2 of these puzzle pillars have been integrated for the sake of this training course. Solve all 3 puzzles on one, and you get a toy part. Easy peasy. If you think you're ready, head into the practice course on your left. But if you want to try the puzzles, head into the arcade on your right. Just don't take all day to decide. You don't get paid overtime. To complete this course, you'll need both toy parts, so don't come walking back with one and call it a day. You'll look bad, and we'll laugh at you. So don't do that.
Yes, Dad? Yes? I believe it's on the ground here by the door. Okay.
Right. That right there is a toy part. Now all you gotta do is take it to the toy deposit station. You'll find your nearest one, let's see, yep, all the way in the back of the training course. Just look around and you'll find it. I have faith in your having faith that you'll find it.
Mic on.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Well, that's one toy part collected. Now just go get the other one and... Uh-oh. Sharon, I thought feeding time was supposed to be at noon, not... Well, apparently our security guard doesn't get lunch for another 10 minutes. So stay out of his sight, do that, and you'll probably be fine. Oh, right into the feeding pit. Tell you what, how about you go be a good teammate and pull that guy out of there? I'm sure they do the same for you.
Agreed.
Powering
Turned
on.
off.
Mic on. Battery low.
Agreed. How do I get up? What? Oh. Okay, he's unstuck. That's good for him, I guess. Not good for me.
Looks like you've got all the toy parts you need to collect. Perfect. The toy machine should be ready for extraction, so get on over there. Ouch. That hurt just watching it from my desk. Pretty sneaky for a 10-foot tall giant, isn't he? Do your best to avoid him. That is... Well, I tried to warn you. See the holes? Hit the little guys that pop out of them. Small tip from the last unfortunate sucker to find himself down here. Keep your head on a swivel. Someone will be over there to pick you up shortly, probably. I'll be honest with you, your teammates, not the brightest bulbs.
That one just said to give up on life.
Welcome back. Knew you'd make it. Goes without saying, but the longer you spend down there, the more agitated they get. All you have to do now is grab the pipe and pull it down to connect it with the machine. It'll do the easy bit of putting the toy parts on the tray. Kids love this thing. Death twice now. Lucky you. Even more lucky the food bell finally rang for a security guy. So let's not waste any time. Wrap up the mission and get out of there. Great, toy's been extracted. Job done. Now hoof it back to the train. Clock's ticking. What the? The train's not here. Sharon, shouldn't there be a train here? No matter. There should be a panel just along the wall. Put your hand on that. It should be there in no time. Well, here you are. Wait, I got something for you. You know what that means? It means you've successfully completed your training. I'd give you a pat on the head myself if I could. But, well, you've got work to do. Your day's just started, my friend, and there is so much to do.
Others are hungry. The others are starving. Get up. They are trying to build more toys. You will see the location of every puzzle pillar. Protect them. Kill everyone in sight. The puzzle has been failed. Go to them. Your prey flees. Catch them. Follow their prints.
That's new. The voice isn't new.
Good.
But the
Send them down the hole. Feed them to the They cannot escape alone, but others may interfere. Let the smaller Huggies keep watch. Leave one here. He will scream if a survivor is spotted. There are 5 Huggies. They've collected part of a toy. They cannot be allowed to deliver it. Clever. They will use low ceilings to slow you. Stay near item. Listen for their breath. Put them. This is not enough. You will learn to sabotage their progress. Good. Their puzzles have been broken. They will use the breaker. Put them into the ground.
Yay.
They are saving one another. Stop them. Tear them apart. Very good. The toys have been fed. You may rest now, for soon more will come, and the toys will grow hungry once again.
My name is Harley Sawyer. I'm called the Doctor. When I look at this company we've built, I do not feel proud. Declining profits, failed experiments, people are constantly seeing things they shouldn't. How is that anything less than complete failure on our part? It's
You're right.
pathetic.
It is.
Now we're understaffed. Safety protocols are being abandoned. Workplace incidents are common. We can't avoid a lawsuit forever. We need to deal with all of these issues at once. I'm here now with a solution. The Bigger Bodies Initiative. Giant toys. We can increase our workforce and simultaneously decrease the number of lawsuits and people on our payroll if the people we have working aren't people. Put me in charge of it, and I will save this company.
And we all know how that turned out. Look up. Probably play that. Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I can see this. I'm not blind. Give you a sign? That's not on the Huh. think this is the one thing you see in Pocket Playground. Fail. Yep, we all know how that ended up. It was a secret. Tell no one. Oh, well, I just figured out who you do. Well, you will be in touch. Goodbye.
Dr. Sawyer.
I wish to see him.
Of course, he's just...
And here you are. They said it was impossible, yet you defied all odds. The first of many, naturally. You have proven my bigger body's initiative a success. Many doors have opened today, thanks to you. Now, we need to start tailoring that appetite of yours to flesh. Where to start? Get me an update on the situation with Rollstone. What is that?
Well, that wasn't ominous at all. Anyway. There's a bunch. They have a TikTok apparently. You should check out all that. beep, boop, beep, beep, beep. A soda. Oh, you found it. I missed. I missed again. Yes. I grabbed the exact same one. No! You jerk! Why did you do that? Yeah. Hello. missed. Mommy long was. Why me? Stop. Stop it. I didn't even get to play. All I did was just get revived and immediately bodied. What I think she's not doing. I don't think this is not really good news. Let's make a shot. Are you serious? Of course it's gonna be me, since I have the least amount of health. Bruh. This is going around in circles. I just feel like I don't know. Just stop it. Stop it. I'm dead. I'm dead somehow. I knew I was gonna escape. I can't believe they let me survive so. Okay, bye. Yes. Where are they? Where? Okay, I guess I'll just mess around with some settings. Colorblind mode, amount to 0. English again. English and singing. No HUD. No. I want to know everything. Streamer mode. What does that do? So I guess I'll just talk about stuff in the next few minutes or something. Oh. Let's look at some videos. This is really accurate, actually. It's funny. Yep, that was my first encounter of Gloomy Hand, where I actually decided, you know, I'm gonna fight it. Don't, unless you're prepared. We have 3 minutes. So let's see.
Did you know that if you took all of your veins from your body and laid them out in a straight line, you would die?
Hey, yo, this your 5th meal today, you fat bitch. Yo, who the hell you talking?
Bro, you not Steve Jobs.
Let me see what this nonsense will give me. I'm sure I'll be a billionaire, chilling in my mansion with jollof rice.
Stop! I don't like this game!
I'm hungry, I'm not gonna lie. What is that? Bro, is that a Dunkin' Donut?
Did you know that if you took
So I'm just gonna let this go by. I guess we'll watch this.
Cities are great, but they can be as incredible as they are problematic. Ever zoned out on the subway and missed your stop? Or tried to get down from the top floor of a bus and nearly broken your neck on the stairs? Luckily, some smart cookies have thought up ingenious solutions to these little problems, like light-up subway stops, bus slides, heck, even full-height skyscraper slides. So let's take a look at some of the most amazing inventions that might be coming to a city near you in the not-so-distant future. Basketball bin. If there's one thing the Netherlands has plenty of, it's bikes. The two-wheeled trend began back in the 1970s, making cities safer and more livable, leading to the country owning some 23 million bikes today. But unlike a car, you can't just put your trash in the passenger seat, footwell, glove box, or trunk. Never look in my car, I beg. So where are all these cyclists meant to dispose of their rubbish en route? Well, these huge hoops have been installed along cycle paths to encourage more people to, literally, throw away their trash. They're designed to be used at speed thanks to their 3-foot wide hoop and conical shape, so you don't have to stop or even slow down to hit the target. Trash hoops, or blikvangers as they're called by the Dutch, are incredibly simple but make all the difference to the environment in the cities they're installed in. Could you imagine if New York adopted a more bike-focused transport system without all the smog, congestion, or trash piling up on the side of the road? It'd even give us a brand new sport. Game of Trashketball, anybody? From top to bottom. All buildings are built from the ground up, right? Well, there's at least one building in Detroit that beg to differ. This is the Exchange, a building that's literally been built from the top down. The core is constructed first, then each floor is built on the ground before being elevated and locked into the core. Once it's in position, the strand jacks, which lift the floor plates, are lowered back down to lift up the next one. Each floor plate weighs approximately 500 tons, which can be raised at some 25 feet per hour. I mean, that's very impressive, but why? Well, this method reduces physical labor and the construction site land mass required, as well as preventing equipment getting wet from rain. If more cities introduced this impressive construction model, it could save unprecedented amounts of time, space, and ultimately, money. Whoa, who knew doing things backwards could make things move forwards? The stop and slide. Walking down the steep stairs on a double-decker bus is a death trap, especially when the bus is still moving. There must be a less terrifying way to get down that doesn't involve some imminent injury. Well, graphic designer and photographer Surreal HK might have us covered. They've created a concept that straps a slide onto the back of the bus, giving passengers a super quick and fun emergency exit. Plus, it's a one-way system, so no battling for space between the people getting on and off. That's a nifty concept, though those open sides might be a little too dangerous to have at the back of a potentially moving vehicle. Still, it's not a bad place to start, although Surreal HK hasn't stopped there. They've also imagined a way to make traveling down Hong Kong's International Finance Center way more fun and colorful. Just choose one of 8 slides at the top, plummet down, and arrive at your ground floor destination a few seconds later. Okay, arguably this design is too dangerous to ever be real, considering most people like their bones unbroken, but there are skyscrapers that offer visitors glass slide rides around the exterior portions of the top floors of their buildings, like LA's Bank Tower slide. Well, it may just be a visitor attraction for now, but maybe in the future we'll see people in suits whizzing their way down slides to start their evening commute. Splashless success. I don't know if you've used a public urinal recently, but a lot of people have terrible aim, if you get my meaning. However, drips and splashes in public urinals could soon be a thing of the past. With this wonderfully weird urinal, you're meant to stick your thing inside so that your stream is splashback free. Is it the most sanitary option? Most definitely not. You never know what's been stuck in there beforehand. but the idea of no splashback urinal is pretty genius. Thankfully, such designs do exist that don't look quite as intimidating. In 2022, mechanical engineer Dr. Zhao Pan tested multiple urinal shapes designed specifically to prevent splashback, basing his design on Nautilus shells. Streams are intersected by the surface at a 30-degree angle with the long downward V shape, cutting off any splashes or spills. Just think about how clean the floors would be if clubs and bars installed them. I bet the cleaners in particular can't wait to see them lining the walls. Metro Light. I know
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, my tickets. Huggy Wuggy. He left. He left. buddy. Is that literally everybody? That person's still alive. Oh, hey, buddy. Where'd he go? The green one. I start making use of these keys. Hello. I gotta go pee real quick.
2. Mic off.
that was the open one's double side. He funny. He's just like, there's no one in here. Something. Oops, I hit shift. No, that doesn't go down. Oh, I can't type anything. Cool. Hello. Where should I put you? Here. Good. Yes, I got him. What happened? Ow! Stop it! He bit me like a bug. I see you only saw me. Stop trying to eat me. That's 3. Oh, no. This reminds me of Security Breach, but it feels more dilapidated. And it feels old fashioned. Oh my! Leave me alone. Stop it. Leave me alone. He didn't get to show his hand. On the train! No! I didn't even do anything. What happened? played in a while, so I don't remember all of them. Scared me half to death. And I'm right next to one. Great. Why is everything tilted for me? No parties on tilt. According to a song I heard. Is everything on a hill suddenly? Grab the green thing. Ouch. Got to go. Okay. Time for a food break, I'm I'm hungry. I'm gonna be right back. Let's just.
And then whenever I'm riding on the subway, I put my headphones on and zone out. And more than once I've tragically missed my stop because of this. Luckily, there are subways in Amsterdam that have solved the issue of losing track of where you are because of daydreaming and loud music. They have used LEDs to light up each stop on the map, allowing passengers to quickly and easily check where they are on the route. This is a great addition that lets you know exactly where you're going without having to immediately worry that you've missed your stop or you're on the wrong train. This design feels like it was made for me. Doggy daycare. I don't know about you, but every time I see a dog tied up outside a store, I get a little sad. If only there was a safe, comfortable place to keep your pet when you need to run an errand. Luckily, DogSpot is here to rescue your furry friend. This Brooklyn-based company has created interactive kennels just for this purpose, with each one able to accommodate dogs up to 100 pounds for a maximum of 90 minutes. There's no danger of them getting lost or stolen with its locked door system, and inside the den includes fans to allow fresh air circulation and appropriate heat regulation, so your canine companion will never be too cold or too hot. To keep each one sanitary, DogSpots use UV lights after every visit to kill bacteria and viruses. And to make it even easier, they even have an app. You just reserve a kennel for the appropriate time. A dog cam is equipped, letting you check up on your furry friend whenever you need to for peace of mind. What's more, there are companies all over the world offering similar kennel experiences, like Norway's Den for Dogs. So no matter where in the world you go, you don't have to leave your dog at home. Nice. Now let your dog relax in a comfy kennel while you go fetch. Excellent eco-ducts. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because it didn't know this eco-duct existed. These animal crossings, or eco-ducts, have been created to allow animals safe passage over busy highways. There are over 600 of them in the Netherlands alone, and they are spreading all over the globe. And with good reason. Highways can divide important habitats for all sorts of creatures, such as the mountain lion population in Los Angeles. Since 2002, at least 25 of these gorgeous big cats have been involved in fatal automobile accidents. Luckily, the U.S. government is reportedly greenlighting a $350 million budget for animal-friendly infrastructure like bridges, roadside fences, and underpasses. In fact, the world's largest animal crossing is currently being built near L.A., stretching 210 feet long at a price of $90 million. When you think about it, that's a lot of money. But a study in Canada reported that there was a 90% decrease in wildlife and vehicle collisions since they installed several overpasses. This innovation not only helps the animals, it helps clear the roads and keep city highways safer for all. Finally, that chicken can get to the other side without becoming roadkill. House hooks. Have you ever had to get huge
Powering
pieces
off.
of furniture up a set of stairs? Ever ended up like that one scene from Friends? You know. Ha! Well, while we were busy sawing our couches in half over in the Netherlands, they've implemented a much more practical solution. Houses here are often very narrow, especially if they've been built on the canal side. This is because historically, the wider a home was built, the more taxes a homeowner had to pay. So to save money, many property owners would build long, high houses. Very crafty. But when the time came to move house, large and heavy furniture could hardly fit through the door, let alone be taken upstairs. So these houses have hooks built into the tops of their exteriors, which can be used to attach a rope pulley. Furniture can then be hoisted by hand up into the air and transferred inside through the windows. If you ever see this happening in real life and you're suddenly confronted by a 3-seater couch floating in midair, at least you'll know you're not going crazy. And it's not just for couches. From boxes to ovens, all can be lifted. Well, I bet that Friends episode is even funnier in Dutch. Underwater doorbell. Locks are pretty impressive pieces of engineering, allowing those on canal boats to adjust the water level so that they can gradually climb or descend steep waterways. But have you ever wondered how fish navigate these locks? Well, one lock in Utrecht became the home of the world's first
Powering
fish
on.
doorbell.
Mic off.
You heard that right. Underwater
Battery
cameras
low.
display how many
Mic
fish are
on.
waiting in queue to pass through the lock, with people online able to press the doorbell to let them through by accessing a live stream. When this happens, a signal is sent to the lock operator, who can then open the lock if there are enough fish waiting in line. Now this is the future I was hoping for. The doorbell allows fish to migrate to meet their biological needs. They need to be in deeper waters to keep warm in the winter and shallower waters in spring so that they can produce offspring. When the bell is pressed, the lock gates open, releasing hundreds of gallons of water. This lowers boats and fish so they can join the next stretch of the canal. I wish I was that lock operator. Then the fish would be letting me know when they want it in. Get it? Me know? Minnow? Couldn't resist. Yeah, let's move on. Hammock heaven. Stressful day at work? Can't cope with school essays? Too much YouTube drama? God knows there's a lot of it at the moment. Well, in Copenhagen, there's public places in the city you can go if you need to unwind and sway. Called Off Ground, this series of public hammocks are available in the summers on the boardwalks of the city center. They're a creative alternative to benches, and though they may look bizarre in an urban space, they do create an easygoing environment, something that's desperately needed in fast-paced cities. The hammocks are repurposed from old fire hoses and steel piping, cleverly upcycled for public enjoyment. Similar hammock designs have also been installed in Philadelphia and Brooklyn. Perhaps it will catch on as a popular city trend in the summertime. Heck knows I could do with a place to relax and unwind in my city. Fishing for the most interesting facts all day gets pretty stressful sometimes. Clever casts. Everything's better in 3D. Films, graphics, printers. Well, to add to that 3D printer hype, now they can benefit the medical world with special 3D printed casts. Most modern medical casts are made from plaster or fiberglass, which are stiff and rigid to keep the healing bone beneath in place. But 3D printed casts, which are made from a high-temperature thermoplastic, look much cooler and easier to move in. This is due to their thin, breathable structure and being incredibly less complex to remove. No more horrifying casts all. The best part about this invention is that they're waterproof, which means there's no fear of showering with your sponge-like plaster cast on, or the panic of excessively wrapping it in plastic. Its spiderweb design lets air hit the skin easily, preventing sweat and bacterial buildup normally found in traditional casts. And no more using pens or straws to reach down into them when you have an itch. The dream. You must be wondering then, if these casts are so much better, why aren't hospitals using them? Well, 3D printed casts can cost anywhere from between $200 to $500, and plaster casts typically sit around the $250 margin. Many hospitals don't have the facilities or budget to accommodate 3D printers, and currently it takes 90 minutes to print just one out, which could add to longer hospital waiting times, and no one wants that. However, as technology advances, both the time and cost of these casts could be brought down to make them a more accessible option for all. Please, give me this itch-free broken bone blessing. I'm so very clumsy. I need this. Ticket squats. Would you exercise to avoid a transport fare? Well, in Moscow, Russia, a machine offering just that was installed in Vostochny Station as a promotion for the Olympic Winter Games back in 2014. Given a time limit of 2 minutes, passengers could complete 30 squats to ride the metro for free. Not only was this scheme used to encourage exercise and health, but also to deter fare dodgers from abusing the public transport system. The squats were regulated and judged by the machine, which printed a ticket worth 92 cents when finished successfully. This might not seem like a lot, but imagine if this was a daily routine. Those savings could add up nicely, and riders would be healthier for it. There's definitely potential for implementing these machines across cities, especially if it gives you a discounted or complimentary ticket. You might feel a little embarrassed about popping a squat in public, but if enough people took part, it could inspire hundreds of commuters to get active. It's not the Olympics, but I wouldn't say no to a free excuse to build up my dump truck. Green machine. Used to build up my active. But if enough complimentary for implementing these machines across cities, especially for it, there's definitely potential for implementing it up nicely and rank a lot, but
Powering on.
imagine
Mic
if
off.
this was a
Charging
daily
battery.
routine. Those savings could add up nicely, and riders would be healthier for it. There's definitely potential for implementing these machines across cities, especially if it gives you a discounted or complimentary ticket. You might feel a little embarrassed about popping a squat in public, but if enough people took part, it could inspire hundreds of commuters to get active. It's not the Olympics, but I wouldn't say no to a free excuse to build up my dump truck. green machine. Cycling is a great way to get around town, but what if we could make it even better? Not just for ourselves, but for the environment. Don Roosgaard, a Dutch designer living in China, has designed a bicycle which inhales city air, filled with smog and pollutants from cars and factories, and releases fresh air back into the atmosphere. Like a manta ray which filters water for food, the bike draws in particulate matter and cleans it using its own attached device. As you ride around the city, you won't just be taking in the sights, you'll be cleaning the streets too. The goal is for cities like Beijing to have 2.5 million smog-free bikes in the near future, which will reduce pollution between 5 and 15% in just 2 years. And what would happen to all that filthy matter collected by the filters? They can be turned into all manner of things, like jewelry. Smog rings contain compressed air pollution inside a transparent cube. They've even been used as wedding rings. Who knew a bicycle could do more than just get you from A to B, smog-free? The Rainbow Road. Have you ever wished you could drive down Mario Kart's Rainbow Road in real life? Well, these solar-paneled roads are the closest thing to fulfilling your Nintendo dreams. Called solar roadways, they possess intelligent LED lights which illuminate the night, but they're not just glorified Christmas decorations. They're used for clearer visibility and signage, but this isn't all it can do. The panels themselves are able to generate clean, renewable energy through solar power, which can be sent to the grid. In fact, there's potential for these roads to replace the national grid. A cable corridor that runs alongside the road can store utility lines, is safe from power outages, and is easier to access than cables run between the tops of 100-foot poles. Asphalt and concrete roads may be a thing of the past soon enough, because the maintenance of solar roadways is incredibly low. No more annoying potholes to contend with or repainting faded lane lines. Even ice and snow can't stick to the surface because its state-of-the-art heating system maintains the panels at a temperature above freezing. Tanks beneath frost lines can collect rainwater from the paneled roads, ready to be recycled or transferred to water treatment plants. Oh, I can't wait to pretend to be Mario caning it down one of these bad boys. Two-seater swing. What if I told you there was a swing that was designed for children and parents? Honestly, I don't know why more parks don't have them. Adults can feel the absolute joy of being a child again while swinging with their own little one. If more parks had these swings, you best believe the adults would be fighting over who got there first. But it would also encourage more parent and child interaction since both seats are facing forward. It was designed this way to enhance children's sensory skills and promote the experience of having them recognize and watch their parents' facial expressions. It's also far superior to having to stand there and push all the time. It makes the playground just as much fun for parents. I think it would be harder to tear the parents away from this genius invention. The safety net. Pollution in our waterways is one of the saddest things to witness firsthand. Not only does it eventually come back to hurt us, but it also harms the wildlife that has to deal with discarded single-use plastic and general trash thrown into it without a second thought. Fortunately, a city in the land down under has found a way to reduce the rubbish in its waterways with a single nifty invention. The Australian city of Kwinana has been fighting water pollution with drain socks, which are fitted over drainage pipes. They act like a giant sieve, preventing waste and garbage from entering the water, keeping the reserve clean and safe. In just 6 months, it collected over 800 pounds of rubbish from 2 installed nets. During these months, they're cleaned 3 times to keep the waste from overflowing, and when enough has been collected, the garbage is separated. Some of this debris can then be taken to a recycling center, which turns it into fertilizer. These nets aren't immediately harming the wildlife either, as there have been no reports of animals getting stuck inside. And one of the best things about them, they only cost $20,000 to implement. In the grand scheme of things, these nets are a very cost-effective way of cleaning up waterways and stopping contamination from happening in the first place. Compare that to the cost of cleaning up an entire ocean of plastic, which at this point would cost somewhere in the region of $90 billion. Wow. When you put it like that, it really is a small price to pay. Load of trash. Handling your own trash is nasty, let alone other people's trash, which is why I respect the heck out of my local trash men. Hauling everyone's trash around all day can't be easy or fun. But luckily, there's a new electric truck in the city of Rotterdam designed to reduce their smelly load and keep the environment clean. The DAF electric garbage truck uses a mechanical claw to grab hold of trash cans on the ground, lift them up, and dump their contents into them. How handy is that? It's more efficient than a regular garbage truck and can recharge to 80% battery capacity in only 30 minutes. With 170 kilowatt hours of energy, it can cover regular collection routes with no problems. It has a steered trailing axle which allows for sufficient maneuverability, meaning that it can navigate busy urban areas with ease. It's also capable of taking on a 30-ton payload and further proves its worth with its eco-friendly emissions. Compared to a normal garbage truck, it uses 30% less energy, reduces greenhouse gas emissions by 50%, and is also 20% less expensive. Now that is how you trash talk the competition. Bright light designs. Have you ever been stuck at a junction unable to see the teeny tiny traffic lights in the distance? So frustrating, right? Well, over in Ukraine, several main streets don't have this problem thanks to these LED lights. They're applied to the entire traffic light pole and used to increase visibility for those in the back. In adverse weather conditions like storms or fog, they make it much clearer to see whether it's time to stop or go, which in adverse weather conditions can save lives. Equally as clever, these lights in the Netherlands and South Korea are designed specifically for smartphone users. All too often, the roads are being crossed by people glued to their screens, which can cause accidents. So to combat this, these lights have been fitted into the ground. Now you can notice the color change without looking up. I'm ashamed to say I would benefit greatly from this design. Over in Odisha, India, lights have been installed to prevent impatient drivers from dangerously running red lights. They count down the seconds you have to wait until you can go, which is a genius little trick that has probably put a number of drivers at ease. A world without road rage and rude beeping? I think we can all agree that's one thing our cities could definitely do without. Forest phone. Sometimes you need to escape from the chaos of city life and return to nature. But even in the forest, you can find amazing inventions that enhance your experience of the outside world. This odd-looking contraption, for example, is basically a giant reverse megaphone. It amplifies the noises heard in the forest like the animals, insects, and weather, and channels it into the ears of the person laying in it. It achieves this using those large wing-like enhancers which direct all of the sound waves to its center, so listeners can pick them up easily. They're primarily constructed from wood, as wood absorbs sound waves naturally and cranks up the volume in turn. These inventions are currently found in Estonia, but they'd be perfect in plenty of other parts of the world, perhaps in national parks or designated beauty spots. That way you could listen to as many soothing sounds as possible before returning to the inevitable honking and hollering of the city. Bus life. Tired of delayed public transport? Tired of sitting in traffic? Tired of sitting in traffic on delayed public transport? Well, China might just have the solution to all three of those problems, with its state-of-the-art, highly anticipated transit elevated bus. First unveiled back in 2016, models demonstrated how it would allow cars to drive underneath its elevated compartment while its wheels would run on tracks laid in the unused space between the lanes. This would mean passengers could skip over highway queues without adding to them. Tested in a trial in 2016, its 25-foot width was more than enough space for 2 lanes of traffic to pass beneath. And with a length of 72 feet and space for 300 passengers, this mechanical beast was said to be the biggest thing on the road. It was even projected to reduce congestion by up to 30% and could replace up to 40 standard buses. I mean, in theory, this is amazing. And sadly, that's all that it is at the moment. A theory, because after the inaugural 980-foot test of the elevated bus in the city of Qinguandao, Hebei, the project was promptly shelved. Questions regarding its safety arose, with 32 individuals arrested regarding the legality of how it was funded. Since then, the TEB has sat abandoned and gathering dust in the middle of Qinguandao, ironically creating congestion. Well, A for imagination, F for execution. Maybe this might be viable in the future once they iron out the safety kinks. Because honestly, I imagine riding in this thing would be bussin'. Which of these inventions do you wish was in your city? Let me know down in the comments below, and thanks for watching.
When you shop online, you scroll through millions of products claiming to be able to solve oddly specific everyday problems. But while most of them look weirdly unnecessary, occasionally you find something so cool you don't understand how you've lived your entire life without it. From portable laser keyboards to coffee-making alarm clocks, let's try out some everyday products that'll change the way you do things forever. Okay, I'm really clumsy and just can't carry a hot drink without spilling it all over myself. So when I saw people on TikTok using the Spill Knot to not only carry drinks, but to whip them around without spilling a drop, I just had to buy one and test it out myself. I filled up a mug of tea, put it on the Spill Knot, and incredibly, it worked. No matter how hard I spun it, the tea stayed in the mug. Ran up and down the stairs with it, no spills. I even went out in the yard and flung it over my head and nothing. And if you're wondering about the weird fish mask, go check out my strangestwish.com products reviewed video. But back to the Spill Knot. How does it work? Well, keeping a vessel rigidly upright with liquid in it means the inertia of the liquid makes it slosh whenever it's moved. But on the Spill Knot, the rubber traction mat keeps the mug on the carrier while the whole device, not just the vessel, swivels. This means sloshing is almost always parallel to the base of the carrier, preventing any spills. Finally, I can wear white trousers again. Yes! I believe there's a special circle of hell for people who leave the lid off the toothpaste, but with the EcoCo toothpaste dispenser, that's soon to be a pet peeve of the past. You simply insert your tube of toothpaste into the top and stand the unit up or attach it to a wall, and then press your toothbrush into the cavity. This motion compresses the tube, squeezing out the perfect amount onto the brush. Because the tube is kept upright, the product generally sinks down. So even with very little left in the tube, it still works. Now, you might think that this is just lazy, but imagine how this could help people with mobility issues or those that struggle with fine motor control. Suddenly, this seems like a really fresh product. Don't you hate it when you're following a recipe and it asks you to separate an egg? No matter how careful I am, I always end up with yolk in my whites. Fortunately, there's an adorable product that I bought to solve this problem. A chick-shaped egg separator. All you have to do is crack the egg into the top and pour it out through the beak. The whites are strained out of the small opening while the yolk is too big to fit through, leaving you with a perfectly separated egg. Finally, I can make my meringues in peace. Nah, who am I kidding? I'd set cereal on fire if I was left alone in the kitchen. Is there anything more annoying than going to staple something only to find there are no staples left in the stapler? Or worse, it's jammed? Ugh! Well, that's where Plus's staple-free stapler comes into play. Ingeniously, as it punches a hole through the paper, it bends the paper making up the hole back, using the pressure you apply to the device to twist and hold the punched paper together. This creates a staple out of the paper itself. It can work with up to 10 sheets of paper and all without a single staple, meaning it's great for the environment too. Win-win. You know when it's 3 a.m. and you have to turn off all the lights downstairs? Yeah, you're not the only one who hits the light switch and then sprints like Usain Bolt upstairs so that Satan himself doesn't get you. There's literally nothing more terrifying. Thankfully, there's a simple gadget that can save you from this fate. This is the SwitchBot, a mechanical finger that can be adhered to the rocker light switch and controlled through a really simple app. With one tap on your phone, the SwitchBot turns the switch off for you, and with the attachment feature, it works in reverse, pulling the switch on when you need it. Ha! Take that, Satan. It can also be used on different devices like desktops, coffee machines, and even keyboards. Well, working from home is about to get a whole lot easier. I work on the go a lot, and sometimes using the tiny keyboard on my phone to write notes or emails, it gets really frustrating. But this is a game changer. A virtual laser keyboard. All you have to do is connect it to a device via Bluetooth, then put the tiny projector on a flat surface, and voila! The laser's tracking beam picks up any movements made within its parameters, translating specific gestures you make into real keystrokes. And because it's virtual, you can change the keyboard's settings to project different key configurations for different languages. It even converts into a piano layout if you want to get musical on the fly. Like that wasn't enough, it also doubles up as a portable charger. Man, is there anything this laser keyboard can't do? Thanks to the COVID pandemic that's plagued the world for the last few years, I, like many others, now carry a tiny bottle of hand sanitizer with me at all times. But I'm prone to forgetting it and often end up losing it. Luckily, the Squeezy Band is here. These super sleek wristbands are designed to hold 15 milliliters of sanitizer, which can be quickly and easily pumped out onto your hands without the need to reach for a bottle.
Others are hungry. The others are starving. Get up. They are trying to...
Hi there. My name is not Leith Pierre. I am his assistant. My boss is on vacation. And welcome to your job as a resource extraction specialist. First, let's start by reiterating something very important you probably didn't read from that lengthy contract you probably don't remember signing. Everything you experience here, strictly privileged. Meaning you blab about any of this, including this brand new state-of-the-art. Just in front of you now is the toy machine. This neat gizmo will take in toy parts, put them together, and ship them off to a secure location. But in order for all that to happen, somebody's got to find the toy parts. And that, my eager and contractually obligated friend, is where you come in. The toy parts you need are in these little towers called puzzle pillars. 2 of these puzzle pillars have been integrated for the sake of this training course. Solve all 3 puzzles on one, and you get a toy part. Easy peasy. If you think you're ready, head into the practice course on your left. But if you want to try the puzzles, head into the arcade on your right. Just don't take all day to decide. You don't get paid overtime. To complete this course, you'll need both toy parts, so don't come walking back with one and call it a day. You'll look bad, and we'll laugh at you. So don't do that. Great. That right there is a toy part. Now all you gotta do is take it to the toy deposit station. You'll find your nearest one, let's see, yep, all the way in the back of the training course. Just look around and you'll find it. I have faith in your having faith that you'll find it. Well, that's one toy part collected. Now just go get the other one and... Uh-oh. Sharon, I thought feeding time was supposed to be at noon, not... Well, apparently our security guard doesn't get lunch for another 10 minutes. So stay out of his sight, do that, and you'll probably be fine. Oh! Right into the feeding pit. Tell you what, how about you go be a good teammate and pull that guy out of there? I'm sure they do the same for you. Well, I tried to warn you. See the holes? Hit the little guys that pop out of them. Small tip from the last unfortunate sucker to find himself down here. Keep your head on a swivel. Someone will be over there to pick you up shortly, probably. I'll be honest with you, your teammates, not the brightest bulbs. Welcome back. Knew you'd make it. Goes without saying, but the longer you spend down there, the more agitated they get. Get dropped in 3 times and they'll stop playing with their food. That means it's game over for you. Which means you die. They eat you.
Work, back to work. Karen, find this locker and deploy the garbage compactor. We've got a slacker over here. The cool thing about being...
Death twice now. Lucky you. Even more lucky, the food bell finally rang for our security guy. So let's not waste any time. Wrap up the mission and get out of there. Looks like you've got all the toy parts you need to collect. Perfect. The toy machine should be ready for extraction, so get on over there. All you have to do now is grab the pipe and pull it down to connect it with the machine. It'll do the easy bit of putting the toy parts on the train. Our eggheads love this thing. Toy's been extracted. Job done. Now hoof it back to the train. Clock's ticking. What the train's not here. Sharon, shouldn't there be a train here? No matter. There should be a panel just along the wall. Put your hand on that. It should be there in no time.
Karen, find this locker and deploy the garbage compactor.
Well, here you are. Wait, I got something for you. You know what that means? It means you've successfully completed your training! I'd give you a pat on the head myself if I could. But, well, you've got work to do. Your day's just started, my friend, and there is so much to do.
The others are hungry. The others are starving. Get up! They are trying to build more toys, more like you. It has to be stopped. Are you ready? You will see the location of every puzzle pillar. Protect them. Kill everyone in sight. The puzzle has been failed. Go to them. Your prey flees. Catch them. Follow their prints. Good. Send them down the hole. Feed them to the toys below. Quickly, or they will escape your grasp. They cannot escape alone, but others may interfere. Let the smaller Huggies keep watch. Leave one here. He will scream if a survivor is spotted. There are 5 Huggies, and they've collected part of a toy. They cannot be allowed to deliver it. They will use low ceilings to slow you. Stay persistent. Alright. Listen for their breath. Put them into the ground. This is not enough. You will learn to sabotage their progress. First, I will teach you to destroy their puzzles. Good. Their puzzles have been broken. They will use the breakers to reset. Put them into the ground. They are saving one another. Stop them. Tear them apart. Very
It is occurring to me now
Charging battery.
that I unplugged my mic a long time ago. Oops. Well, I guess you didn't hear me for a while. I was mainly talking about for that last match, how elusive I was being and how it was the longest I've survived. Now I might run down the clock, which I did. Also, there's a metal beam missing from right here. That's another reason I am ending the stream. So, yeah.